Alright, I'm going to be replacing these canisters on a Nortec NHTC 150. What's great about these humidifiers are it's actually quite simple and quite quick to work on them. Now, I've worked on humidifiers, dry steam, a couple other different styles of humidifiers, and these are probably the easiest to work on. This is some general maintenance. Now, these tanks are still functioning, but I need them to run at 100% efficiency almost constantly. They have to put out the maximum amount of steam needed for my space. So even though they still function, the capacity has gone down to such a point where I have to replace them to keep up the amount of humidity in the area that I need. Now, the first thing you want to do is obviously make sure it's been off for a while so that they're nice and cool. If you come down while they're running and you see flashing or uneven distribution of water, that could be other problems and potential issues. If they're flashing, it could be because you're getting an arc inside the tank and you need to make sure that the sediment or the water quality doesn't have a lot of minerals in it. So that could mean like either you have bad water quality, or you need to make sure that the draining cycle is going through properly and you're draining enough water to get the sediment and the mineral buildup out of the water. So we'll go through that in a bit. The first thing you do is obviously turn the unit off. Then the next thing we're going to do is loosen up these two hose clamps. Now, here on the new tank, you can see they're all color coded, which makes it a lot easier to figure out what goes where. So now we can just take off all the wiring and pop the canisters out. When removing these canisters, you lift straight up, pulling the little nodule out of the bottom of the drain valve and then pulling the tank out. Now, if you can tell, this is still filled with water, which leads me to believe that either that drain valve is not working or that the canister itself is filled with so much sediment that it can't drain. Okay, that canister never drained because the drain valve is all corroded, as you can see here, and it wasn't working. So that's probably what led to one of the reasons why the efficiency on these canisters went down so quickly. So we're going to replace that drain valve with a new one, install some new screws, and we should be fine. don't know if you can see inside there, but it is completely filled with sediment and materials, and that's probably why it didn't drain. It was blocked up. Now this isn't anything but what's in the actual Philadelphia city water. Now there is a water filter on this water, incoming water, but if you just constantly 24 hours a day boil off water, even the minerals in the water will eventually condense into sediment. Mostly it looks like iron. In case you don't know, in order to put this in service mode so you don't have the door on it, you can pull this door switch out. It'll stay out, and then you can turn the unit on. Okay, we're going to turn it on. It'll initialize. It'll go through a check, checking the bleed valves, drain valves, associated electrical components, and then we will reset the cylinders. Okay, the first thing you want to do, and you want to do it kind of quick, is hit menu. Then you got to put the passcode in, which is, for these units, it's always, unless somebody changed it, 335. Hit set, hit service level, sorry about that. Now we want to reset the cylinders. So we'll start with reset cylinder B. Resetting cylinder without replacing it is dangerous, but we just replaced it, so we don't have to worry about that. Now we did B. Now when it goes through its cycle, we'll do A also. We're going to try to kick it out of that. We don't want to wait for it to go through that cycle again. Hit service again. Now we're going to scroll all the way down. There, it doesn't say A, but it is A. Yes, we want to reset. Now we can just let it go through its entire process. Both cylinders are reset. We are technically done. All we have to do now is throw the covers back on and wait for a call for humidity. Now I have this unit turned off in the computer, so it cooled down this morning, so it won't turn on immediately. But it should wait for a call. It'll say 0% call. But we'll see what happens. We have a warning. The safety loop is what they have it connected to in the computer so that it won't turn on when I have it locked out. So that's our warning. Go to request to 0. Now if you wanted to check the different devices, which we want to check that drain valve we replaced, you go through the same menu, put the password in, we want to go to diagnostics, and we want to scroll down to nope, you know what, I'm telling you the wrong thing. Escape. We want to go to, I guess it's under service. For some reason I thought it was, B for, I don't want it. There it is. And I can feel the clickety click and hear it. So we know that that drain valve we installed is now functioning properly. And that is it. We exit out of there and we're done.